Welcome in to Los Angeles, California, where the Lyans play host to the Arizona Scorpions here as we have the nightcap here on Saturday. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northup. Joining me in the booth this week is Chad Rowland. How you doing, Chad?
Colin, I am doing pretty well. Hopefully I can fill the big shoes from the man, the myth, the legend, Rick Northup. But this is going to be a pretty good game here tonight as these two teams both on a losing streak. Somebody's got to end that and try to keep, at least for Arizona's sake, their playoff hopes alive.
Arizona's lost their last two. Los Angeles has lost 6 in a row. So the Lyans looking to play spoiler to the Scorpion playoff hopes. Arizona wearing their all whites, Los Angeles wearing their all gray.
Yep, and one thing, Colin, I want to see out of this Lyans defense tonight. They've been giving up double-digit losses in the past few games. I want to see if maybe if they do lose this game, if they try to keep that within a close score, but hopefully they can pull out the victory tonight.
This is the 5th meeting between these two teams, and 3 of the 4 meetings since the Lyans moved to Los Angeles have all been decided by single digits, including a 1-point victory last year during Convention Week in Houston. As the kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback, and Ashley Jackson comes out on offense, flanked by Brad Jones and DJ Moses, second at tailback. It'll be a 1st and 10. Jackson under center. Get to the rest of the Arizona offense after this play, which is going to be a draw up the middle, and Moses, he'll pick up 5. It's 2nd and 5. Our statisticians this evening are Michaela Forker and Zach Holdorf. And joining the running backs back there is fullback Bismarck Wright, Buchanan Simons, Yale Montana, and TJ Bunker, the wide receivers. Will Todd's at tight end. We're going to get another carry here. This is going to be Jones, and Jones will only pick up 1 yard there, Chad.
Yeah, and this is something that, head coach Eddie Gage talked about with me pregame was running the football, and this is exactly what you're seeing coming out here in this first drive.
3rd and 4. Let's see what they do here. Jackson is a well-traveled quarterback. 11th year with these Scorpions. She's going to throw. Look out. Ducks out of a sack and completes a pass down the field for a 1st down. That's Montana there, number 80 in your program.
I mean, you have to give kudos here to Ashley Jackson, right? I mean, just stepping into the pocket, getting hit, and then just having enough poise to make the throw accurately down the field there to one of the best receivers in the game, Yayo Montana.
Alex Perez, Ace Blackwell, defensive ends for Los Angeles. Selwyn Lane and Nick Bruner, along with Bear Winters, the rookie, at defensive tackle. Jackson changes to play the line of scrimmage. And ball is marked just past the 40-yard line. It's going to be another pass from Jackson. Fires over the head of everybody. Incomplete. 2nd down, looking for Donnie Haynes.
Yep, and just good defense there by that LA secondary. As this Arizona team's got a lot of targets, as we know, Colin, and being able to shut down somebody like that is just a good heads-up play there by the defense.
Desi Blackwell's the inside linebacker. Greg Ward and Brogan Spira are on the outside with her. Draw out the middle, only net 1 tackle made by Brogan Spira, one of 2 defensive captains for Los Angeles. Sets up a 3rd and 9.
Yep, that's the mission of LA's defense here. You got to stop the run, right? Because if you can stop the run, Ashley Jackson is prone to make mistakes. So you got to have that set up there for the defense.
And Jackson on the sprint out. Throws backside. It's complete again. That's Montana. His 2nd catch of the drive, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Man, Colin, that was almost a huge mistake right there, rolling out right towards the blitz, but was able just to get that pass out in time. And again, Yayo Montana, that heavy favorite target of hers, and was able to make the play.
Mike Scott, Eaton Moss are the corners, along with Devontae Moore, Rochelle Colston, Monty White, and Ben Charbs are the safeties. Up front, blocking for Jackson and opening up holes for the backs are tackles Patrick Kelly and Sean Crooked. Kira Storm and Kira Sting are the guards, and Stan Clark snaps the ball to Jackson, who dumps it out here to Moses. He picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, just a nice open field tackle there by the defense. And, that little screen game can work there with DJ Moses. He's got enough enough speed to take that down the field.
2nd and 7. One receiver each side. Jackson again changes the play as LA shifts their defense around. Just under 7 to go in the opening quarter. As Jones is stopped for no gain. Monty Wyatt on the tackle, and it sets up another 3rd down.
Yep, that's what you want to do with this Arizona offense. You want to keep them at 3rd and long, and that's what they're doing right now.
And Jackson back to throw. Jackson has clean pocket, fires, got him in wide open. It's Donnie Hands down past the 20, knocked out at about the 15, but he was wide open there, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, you give all day like that to throw for any quarterback. Doesn't matter who it is in this league. They are going to find the open target. Eventually, somebody's going to get open, and that's exactly what happens here with one of the Hands brothers getting wide open there for the 1st down.
And Jackson was only thrown 9 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. 53.2% of her passes coming in so far. And Oliver Marks gives off to Moses, and Moses tackled around the 10-yard line, pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and you nailed it right on the head of why I was saying for LA, their defense has got to be able to stop the run, right? It'd be 9 TDs, 21 interceptions. She can make mistakes and will make mistakes, so it's up to LA to keep that pressure.
She's only been sacked twice, which is the fewest in the league. So it'll be interesting to see LA's D-line versus Arizona's O-line as the D-line wins the battle there, setting up another 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I would love to see Brad Jones get a little more run here. I mean, just 3 carries right now for no yards, but this is a guy that could definitely break some good yardage on here.
Brad Jones is the team's leading rusher, 625 yards coming in. Jackson throws to the end zone, touchdown! It's Yale, Montana. They found him 3 times on the drive, and the 3rd time he's in the end zone for 6.
Yep, and that is exactly what Yayo Montana can do, right? I mean, just throw him the ball. He will make the catch. He's one of the sure-hand wide receivers in the SFL, and he shows it right here for a reason. Just a nice little route, but it just develops in time for him to get open. It's simple, but effective.
His 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. 42 receptions for 589 yards coming in. And Cliff Allen, special teams enthusiast, on for the PAT, is up and good. And Arizona is out in front zone, another 12-play drive, taking almost 80 yards to move down the field.
Yeah, just a nice methodical drive there, right? They weren't really getting much in the run game going. It was mainly 3rd and long and actually being able to convert to Yale, Montana. And, that'll give this defense something to look at. But let's see how this offense responds to try to help this defense out.
Here's the kickoff, fielded up the middle across the 20, is going to be knocked down. Is Chris Lee, the wide receiver. So it's only Richardson. Number 6 comes out at quarterback for Los Angeles. Darius Aniquet, team's leading rusher, number 20. Patrick Rulig, the 3rd overall pick in the past rookie draft. And Dan Curtis, fullback. And we'll see proceedings. We start with 4 wide, 2 by 2 for Richardson. Either side, give out to Niquez. He picks up 2. Tackle made by one of the defensive captains for Arizona, Sean Moore, the big dog, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, he's been just proven time and time again as being just an effective linebacker in the middle of that defense and making another play right there for him.
Split backs this time for Los Angeles. Short legs in there, and they're going to turn, give a draw, and it is going to maybe net him a yard, as there's one of your old buddies, Chad, Adam Wiseman, making the stop.
Yep, and I've always said Adams got one of the best linebacker builds in the SFL, and having that combo right there with Sean Moore as well. I mean, this front 7 is just very deadly.
Other wide receivers out there: Bubba Tree, LZ Pryor, Chris Lee, Adam Grabowski, Jack Flash are the tight ends. As Richardson to throw on 3rd and medium, it's knocked away. Pass intended for Lee, as the defender was able to get their hands on it to force the incompletion.
Yeah, and that's just something that, LA has just kind of struggled with all season long, right? Is being in the office. They're in the bottom, part of the SFL standings when it comes to all offensive size or categories this season. So it's just been a struggle for them, but they're trying to end this season on a good note.
Fair catch called for at the 22. And Arizona will take over from there. It's going to be 1st and 10. 4:08 left. Interested to see what the Scorpions will play here, Chad.
Got 3-4 defense.
Jackson back to throw. 3-man on the rush. Down the middle. Punk on the reception. TJ Punk, the other offensive captain, hauls it in for a first down.
Yeah, and just as we talked about, just targets galore for this Arizona offense. And there's another one right there, TJ Punk. This defense, I feel like, really needs to try to apply some pressure here to Ashley Jackson. But let's see if maybe they could try to dial some of that pressure up.
Jackson calls an audible at the line of scrimmage. We'll send the tight end in motion. Play clock at 6, gets it away off to Moses. Oh, he breaks a couple of tackles, and he gets tackled into midfield stripe, but not before he picks up 8.
Yep, just one of the best run of the night so far there for Arizona, just running raw for that tackle to the right side. And obviously Moses being able to break those tackles is a big thing, and so getting that nice gain of 8 on the play to set up 2nd and short.
This is a Los Angeles defense that gives up the 2nd fewest passing yards a game, coming in at 191. But they are 22nd in rush yards allowed at 134. As it'll be a 2nd and 2, and oh no, Ben Charves is injured for Los Angeles, the strong safety.
That's a big loss there if he's not able to come back. Hopefully he's able to walk up on his own power and get back in this ball game.
Oh, he's up, but he looks a little woozy. They're going to give the running back a yard on the play to set up a 3rd and 1. Ball just on the other side of the 50 for Arizona, wearing their all whites this evening. So they come out with 3 tight ends on the field. Give off to Moses. He gets the first down.
Man, just where he ended up at, I'm wondering if maybe we'll see a challenge, and there it is.
Oh, Los Angeles immediately throws the challenge flag. Coach Richardson says, hey, let's take a look at that. Well,
yeah,
let's take a retroactive look at that, presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console to play on the go at GoRetroid.com. Chad, you thought in real time that it looked close.
It looks close, but it depends on where that ball is. And that ball, to me, does not cross that line right there. Obviously, whoa, that was kind of scary. Obviously, the line is unofficial, but I don't know if he crossed it.
It was in his opposite hand, and the LA wins the challenge. Coach down there is happy, and your buddy Eddie Gage, Chad, not too happy about that, as the punt unit will be sent down.
He's normally upset about something, and a day doesn't go by if Eddie Gage isn't upset about something, I think. But they're going to go for it here.
Offense to go for it. They're like, screw the punt team, let's keep going.
When you guys had offensive line, I don't blame you.
Oh, they stopped him. Los Angeles stopped him, and Bear Winters, he came up huge for that play. Number 95 just blew through the backfield.
If you want to have a perfect example for the SFLM about how you can make an impact, that is it right there. The 16th overall selection in this past draft, Bear Winters coming down and just giving him a big old bear hug as he was able to not get across that first down line.
Let's introduce you to the Arizona defense. Introduce you to some pieces, but not all of them, as Aniquez breaks off a nice run here. Will gain about 8 yards instead of 2nd and 2. Didi sacked Alex Constantine, defensive ends. Hunter Norwood and David Tilley are the tackles, Norwood being the Hall of Fame. J.R. Lawless joins Adam Wiseman and Sean Moore in the linebacking core. Davey Rowe III, Terrell Davis, Ernest McCray Sr., Everett Garrison are the corners. Rain Rie and Vennard Smith are the safeties. It's going to be a shovel, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 1. It's Constantine on the stop. That was lag on the carry.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about this, I mean, Arizona, 6th in the SFL in rush, or not, sorry, they're really good against the defense. They're 7th in the SFL against the run, and so, LA's got a big job ahead of them.
Aniquez gets the first down. No problem there. Ran a stop in the offensive line. Orwin Wilds, Bob Wesika, and Hunter Wesika, and Adelaus Wilds are the offensive linemen up front. Those 2 guards are undrafted rookies as Richardson fires over the middle, complete. It's going to be a 9-yard pickup to Jack Flash.
Yeah, and that is Sully Richardson's first completion of the game right there. And that's the guy that they need to get involved. That's the guy that Sully Richardson needs to be targeting heavily, and that's Jack Flash.
Flash has been around this organization for a long time.
Quite some time.
His 9th year, 11th overall is Aniquez. Oh, nice sniffer. There goes Darius Aniquez into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Oh, my.
And that is just right. I mean, that is just a beautiful piece of running, right? We saw DJ Moses do it on the last drive with a nice little stiff arm, getting close to 8 yards. And Aniquez using that speed after that stiff arm to get around to the outside. Just watch this replay right here. I mean, just sits Rain Rie down, right? He's like, get off me, son, as he's able to just outrun Sean Moore and everybody into the end zone for a touchdown.
Aniquez, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. He's 10th in carries at 174. He's truly the bell cow. Rutleg is up to 92 carries for 264 yards. So nice 1-2 punch there as the extra point is up and good. And Los Angeles is on the board, and we are level once again, Chad.
Yep, and as we talked about before the game there, Colin, I mean, these 2 teams, they have played each other pretty close in the past few seasons, right? And last year, Eddie Gage had to sweat it out there at the convention watching this 1-point win last time. So LA and Arizona know each other very well, and as we predicted, this being a good game so far.
Kneel down, ball comes out to the 20. It'll be 1st and 10. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. 7 apiece are scored. Colin Northrup, Chad Rowland here with you from what is officially Lyans Field at Evo 9X Stadium as Moses picks up a first down.
Yeah, and I have always talked about this on different broadcasts over and over again, how the draw run system just works very well in this league. And right there, the Scorpions showing that the draw run can work, getting a nice big gain on the first down.
Moses is not an easy guy to bring down, even though he's just 6 foot. He's 228 pounds. He's been all 12 years with this organization. Brad Jones is slightly heavier, 240 pounds, just stands 5'10". Jackson fires out of it. Oh, almost one-handed catch by Punk, but an even nicer stick made by Monty Wyatt.
Yeah, Monty Wyatt, a 9-season veteran in this league, an all-star back in season 22, just making the big hit there. An opportunity. I believe that was Punk that got the catch initially, but Wyatt knocked it out.
High formation, 2 receivers to the bottom side. Montana, the man in motion. He had the touchdown reception in the last drive for Arizona. Jackson back to throw again against the blitz. Throws! Oh, nice stick made. That's another one of the DBs for Los Angeles. That is Scott. Mike Scott.
Yeah, Mike Scott there. He spent all 9 seasons here in LA, an all-star back in season 20, and he's showing why he's one of the good ones as well. This LA secondary is actually sneaky good, as they are 2nd against the pass in this league.
Decorated group. A lot of people have been around the block for quite a while. Youngest member there is Eaton Moss in his 3rd year. Got him another sack. I don't know how she did it. And puck calls in the reception as they throw into the backside.
Yeah, I think definitely, you know, Sully Richardson, when he gets this defense back in front of him, he's going to be talking about how these DBs have got to, you know, finish those tackles off, right? That's the second one that Jackson has broken up and been able to find the first down. Just a great play there by the quarterback.
See the numbers for Jackson. Been very efficient so far, only 3 incompletions. There's the run. Nets 5 to end what was a very quick moving first quarter play. We are all level at 7 apiece between Arizona and Los Angeles.
Yep, just a heck of a first quarter here, Colin.
Surprisingly quick first quarter. Colin Nordrup, Chad Rowland here in the booth with you, Michaela Forker, Zach Holdorf on stats. Jackson out of the I formation. Will give off to Moses. Shuffles ahead to make it a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and, you know, this is better than what they have been doing, getting those 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s or whatever, right? So now the playbook is wide open here with Brad Jones in the backfield.
Brad Jones. Offset eye. Bismarck right the man in front of him. Jackson. Long count gives to Jones. First down is called.
That is not a first down.
In real time.
That is not a first down. Wow, they're not going to challenge this? There it goes.
They are now. They waited until the last possible minute. It was like one of those kickouts at 2.999 that you see in the pro wrestling circuit.
Yeah, just a kick out right there at the end when you think they're just not going to, you know, get the 3 count. Yeah, look at this. I mean, there's no way that's a first down.
Tazie Blackwell, boy, she brought lumber to this party, knocking Jones fully backwards. And we'll see what the official has to say. And LA wins their second challenge. So guess what, Chad? They get a 3rd.
Yeah.
And, you know, Coach Gage, you say he's frustrated all the time, Chad, but right now his 3rd and short rushing attack has to frustrate him.
Yeah, and I can see them right now going for it on 4th down, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Remember, LA stopped them once before.
Yeah.
Can the Scorpions change the narrative?
Where's that bear hug? Is it coming?
Everybody's waiting. Moses gets the ball, and he gets it easily. First down as the right side of the line just blew Los Angeles off the ball.
Yeah, not sure about running maybe a 3-4 right there on that play, but I mean, you know, if that's the base defense they got, that's the base defense they got. But just a nice play, just finding the open hole, getting that first down.
Jackson back to throw against the blitz. Throws! Montana has the ball down to the 20.
Yeah, just a nice play there. Just a nice little pitch and catch there from Jackson to Montana, and just able to get the first down.
Increases their total up a little bit, and Jackson has kept the ball out of harm's way thus far. It's 1st and 10. That was just the single back behind Jackson. Takes the ball up the middle. He's carrying people, and they'll give him about 7, as it will now be 2nd and 3.
Yep, and as I mentioned before, I mean, Eddie Gage was telling me before the game, they want to run the ball, and that's exactly what they're doing here. And so far, it's been working out for them.
Yeah, they're definitely taking a smash mindset mantra and put it down there in the field as Jones. He got the first down. He almost got the touchdown, if not for the tackle down there inside the 5.
I mean, this is just a really 1-2, punch, right? I mean, obviously with DJ Moses doing what he's doing, but Brad Jones is a very sneaky good running back, right? Been in Houston before, made big plays. Was it Indianapolis and made big plays? Coming over here in Arizona and can show you that he can indeed be a bell cow if need to be.
Mike Scott saved the touchdown for the moment. First and goal from the 5. Here's to get to Moses up the middle, and he smashes his way down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just going to keep running this 3-down set here, 3-down linemen, just, go right in the seams, go right in those gaps, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Basic numbers advantage. Now,
now they're going to go.
Offset eye, single receiver to the wing, give to Jones, he stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bear Winters involved again along with Azu Blackwell.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at what this rookie is doing here, right? Because this Arizona offensive line is not easy to get around, right? And Bear Winters is doing a pretty good job of it so far tonight.
He's 6'6", 350 pounds, so he is quite the mountain of a defender to try and move.
That's a whole lot of man, Colin.
It is indeed. Third and goal! And
No. Again. Throw that third flag.
The refs may have gotten it wrong. As Arizona, for the moment, celebrates what they think is a touchdown, but all this dancing and jiving around may be for naught.
Yeah, he's dancing for nothing, I think. He is not in the end zone. Look at that. No way, not even close. I mean, I don't know what to say. You got the third challenge flag, right?
It's a critical momentum play, but Los Angeles elects to let it fly for some reason. And the 80-yard drive's capped off with a touchdown from the 2 as Moses gets in for the score.
I mean, you've been throwing that challenge flag pretty well, and you won a third challenge, I believe, and so not doing it right there is very interesting.
Kickoff goes out of the end zone. Ball comes out to the 20. Rooms are going fast for the 2025 SFL convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 13th. If you want to go, you need to book your stay now. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyde Regency. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate, simfl.net. Chad, should be an exciting convention time. Can't wait.
Yeah, usually those are always just a great time to be at. I have some pretty good stories from the conventions.
Me too, and I've never been to Baltimore. Just check off another state that I visited on my list of travels.
There you go.
It's the second 11 now on the loss of yardage there. We're under 6 minutes to go. Los Angeles down by 7. Oh, that's a nice pass to Dan Curtis out of the backfield, running a pattern down the field.
Yeah, that's just a great play drawn right there, right? Just running, scrambling to the outside, having Dan Curtis just basically do a seam route down the middle there. It just was wide open. Good play call there by the offense.
And Richardson, he's been a comfortable customer. That is now his second completion. He's only attempted 3 passes. Iniquez got the 30-yard run for their only scores. That was the throw. 17. Oh, one-handed catch. Oh, Chris Lee. He made a Spidey grab on that one, and we're going to call that the nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. And put a Retroid handheld in your hands.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, if you were going to call that, I was going to call it my nice hands catch the game. So nice work there, Colin.
Thank you, partner. Appreciate it. As a neat question, we'll go out to the slot. Richardson throws. It's intercepted. And coming back the other way is Bernard Smith down the sideline, and Richardson escorts him out of bounds at the 40.
Yeah, I mean, just right to Bernard Smith, it looked like. I'm not sure exactly what Sully Richardson was looking at there. Let's take a look at this replay. He had the route open right there, but it wasn't really open at the same time. He just did not see Bernard Smith just sitting down there waiting.
And for Bernard Smith, that is his first interception of the season. So welcome to the club, as that is only the eighth pickoff by the Scorpions. They ain't coming in. Now that makes it 9. Ball on the Los Angeles 40, first and 10. Moses on the carry. Shoots ahead for 4 yards.
Yep, and just this offense, just moving right along here. They've done long, methodical drives. Let's see if they could do that here and try to drain this clock out in the first half.
You see the numbers for Moses. They're all pretty good. Right down the middle. Oh, Montana with a one-handed catch now. He says, I saw what Chris Lee did. Let me try that.
Yeah, and I've talked about it. I mean, Montana's got some of the best hands in all of the SFL. He tried to tell me it was something with aloe vera that really makes him help catch those passes, and you can see it right there, just making a great play.
Interesting note from League Commissioner Cameron Irvine. He slow-moed the play that had the Moses touchdown. He said it was very close to the line, but could never get a frame with it across. In his view, it was a bad call.
I agree with him. 100% agree with him.
Exactly. For some reason, Los Angeles didn't throw the challenge flag there, as they're now faced with a 2nd and 9. Jackson back to throw. Jackson to the end.
Wow.
Montana was behind the defense. That was too easy. Touchdown, Arizona.
I mean, my question would be, why would you let a guy like Yayo Montana get behind you? I mean, look at that. I mean, this is a secondary that has some veterans on it, right? This isn't just an all-rookie secondary. So how could you let somebody like Yayo Montana get behind you? Just a brilliant play, easy pitch and catch. Arizona gets 6.
So they cash in the turnover for a touchdown as Allen boots through the extra point. Only a minute 16 taken off the clock. And Ernest McCray, he's loving it in chat.
Yeah, McCray usually one of the more vocal people when it comes to being in the locker room. So shout out to my guy, Ernest.
One of the league's great personalities. And trust me, there are many great personalities. As Los Angeles will start from their own 20.
There's also some different personalities, Colin.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, too.
That's a good way to put it. There's some different personalities, for sure.
1st and 10 from the 20. 3:47 to go in the first half. Los Angeles now down by 2 scores, 21-7. Slowly Richardson. His 18th interception on the season. There's that last one as Norwood makes the tackle on Iniquez, who couldn't sneak out the other side on the draw.
Yeah, I don't mind the draw pattern there, right? I mean, Iniquez is a guy that's got some speed and he can really utilize it, but I mean, this is a tough defense. You got to make sure that offensive line is on top of it.
Richardson fires to lead the team's leading wide receiver in all significant categories. That'll make it a 3rd and 1, pickup of 8.
Yep, so the playbook's wide open here, right? I mean, you should be able to really draw up anything you want to try to get that 1 yard.
High formation, 2 tight ends, balanced line. They bring in a defensive lineman as an extra tight end. Richardson throws, intercepted. Ernest McCray Sr. hauls that in, and they'll take over deep in LA territory once again.
Yeah, I mean, just another situation here of let's play the game of what is Tully Richardson looking at, right? I mean, the guy was just right there underneath Ernest McCray. I will say it, one of the best, if not the best corner in the SFL. I don't care who says it and who argues with me, but just makes another great play right there. Big time interception.
Looking for Jack Flash, but found McCray instead. Moses up the middle will pick up 6.
Yeah, so here we are. I mean, Arizona with an opportunity here to try to add even more points before this half is over.
2:42 to go. Jackson up under center. Out of the right wing Jokers. Turns, gives to Moses again. He's stopped a couple yards short of 6. As he Blackwell again, just bringing it to this Arizona backfield duo.
Yeah, I mean, these linebackers are really doing a good job and making some big plays here. But right now, I mean, it's third down. You know that they're probably going to run the football. You got to bring the heat.
Well, they flip the formation to the other side, run a similar play back the other way, and Blackwell makes a stop. It'll be 4th and 1 as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Yep, just a nice play there again by Tati Blackwell. And sets up a 4th and 1 here. Arizona, let's see if they're in field goal range or not. I believe they should be in field goal range here.
They've gone for it on 4th down a couple of times, and they're 50-50, but they will send out Mr. Allen to try the field goal attempt. Snap placement, and the kick is good. As it sneaks inside the upright, so they take advantage of turnover. But this time it's 3 points instead of 7.
I mean, that's a good stop there for LA's defense, right? I mean, they've been kind of having their way here in this first half so far. And so with LA being able to hold here, let's see if maybe they could try and get that offense going, flip some points, because they'll get the ball back, I believe, in the second half. So want to maybe try to double up here.
Get it to start out. Cray Sr., that was his first interception of the year, so another first for the veteran secondary of Arizona, as LA will start out from the 20 once again.
Yeah, and right now, I think I may have found the Rick meter here, Colin, but it may need some Mountain Dew fuel in order to get it working, though.
Pop-Tarts are also a critical necessity.
Ooh, okay, Pop-Tarts.
And Richardson out of an empty backfield, quick drop. Will out to the tight end, Grabowski. Forward progress will net him 6 yards.
And that's Grabowski's first target of the night here. And, you know, you got some other people in here. Sully's only been really throwing either Chris Lee or Jack Flash. And so it's nice to see him getting somebody else involved here.
That's only Grabowski's 6th catch on the season. And Iquez on the run. Oh, he shows up a stiff arm again before Terrell Lawless drags him down from behind. And LA is on the move.
Yeah, and right there, right? I mean, that is the kind of running they need to get going with the Iquez here, because as we've talked about, he's got the speed. So if you're able to get him to the outside, he can create some damage. And right there, he shows it, getting the first down.
Absolutely, Chad. We did see the speed on the touchdown run earlier. We now approach under a minute to go. Flash, the man in motion, was out wide. Now we'll go down in a 2-point stance. Wide of the tackle. We'll dump it the other way to Rutleg. But Sean Moore read it like an open book and makes the tackle, limiting the pickup to only 2 yards.
Yeah, just a nice little play there. But, I mean, obviously they got to try to be a little bit more aggressive, go down the field.
We'll see what they do here. They still have 2 timeouts in their back pocket, so the middle of the field is an option for them. Flash now motions to the bottom. They have trips to that side now. 4 in total. Quick drop, Richardson. Oh, it's incomplete. Looking for Pryor, but it sets up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, they're trying to do this little dink and dunk ordeal, and I'm just not liking it. I mean, you try to be aggressive. You got some speed out there on the outside. Try to burn them and go down the middle.
You got some size, too, including that man, Chris Lee. You got also Jack Flash way down there to the bottom. We go that side, and Sully just misses everybody, and you can tell, Chad, he's frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, just some frustration setting in here for Sully in this first half. And, you know, I think right now, I mean, you might punt it away, I'm sure, but I wouldn't almost mind them seeing him going for it.
Well, they do elect to punt it. Arizona does have all 3 timeouts at their disposal. It's away. Good. Hang time on the punt. And Arizona will take over on their own 3rd.
Yeah, so I could just see Colin, in my mind, I think I could just see Arizona just running the ball, getting to the halftime.
Yeah, you've been in control for a large chunk of this game. You're up 24-7. It'll be 1st and 10, 2 wide out for Jackson out of the I formation. They'll get to Moses, who stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bear winners involved in yet another play, Chad.
Yep, as I've said, I mean, this offensive line is really solid here in Arizona, has been for multiple seasons, and love seeing what the defensive tackle rookie's doing.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Gonna run one again to Moses, and Blackwell on the stop. They're going to give him a yard, and that'll most likely take us into the locker room. 24-7 will be the halftime score. Tazzy Blackwell, half a dozen tackles in the first half for her. Chad Rowland, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, really just Arizona just playing a great overall game, right? I mean, the offense is clicking for them. We talked about, Eddie and I talked about before the game, I'll repeat it again. I mean, what did he tell me? One, they want to run the ball. Check. They want to stop the run. Check. They want to try to keep them behind the chains, 4th and 3rd along. Believe they've done that pretty good job. And last but not least, but the more important thing, Ashley Jackson limiting the turnovers, and that's exactly what they've done. 10 of 13 tonight for Ashley so far.
And the defense has gotten a couple turnovers to give their offense a short field. Los Angeles, it's not all bad though. Nicholas has had some nice runs, but Richardson needs to heat up the pass game.
Yeah, absolutely. Look right here. I mean, handed 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 96 yards. I mean, he's just had a terrific game so far here today, Colin.
Indeed he has. Let's take a quick halftime break. Presented by the folks at Break GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Breaking the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT. Featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more, Breaks GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock a new shot at hitting a humongous headline on our site, breaksgpt.com. This Lee on the return will get tackled under 28, and Chad. A lot of work for Los Angeles to do, but good thing is they have plenty of time to do so.
Yeah, I mean, you still got a whole half of football to play, right? But, like I said, the offense has got to get rolling. Sully Richardson, only 53 yards passing in the first half. They're just over 100 yards of total offense so far. So you gotta get the offense moving here, Colin.
Got to take some stabs down the field as well. As you look at the average yards per play, LA's keeping it close, but only 4 first downs. There's also the killer ball in the air as Wiseman tipped it away. Intended for Jack Flash. Chad, they tried to go down the field, but alas, Wiseman had other ideas.
I mean, like I said, I like the aggressiveness, right? I mean, we know that Arizona's got a good defense. They have some great players that play in that back end of that defense especially, but you got to try something. You got to go down the field. You're 2-9. Let's be a little more aggressive.
And they go down again, and LZ Pryor unable to come up with it as Richardson misses long for the second play in a row.
Yeah, and that's just, frustrating right there. One-on-one matchup on the outside. You really want to try to take that and just overthrew just a little bit.
3rd and 10, they go 2 by 2. Now they motion Pryor down to the bottom of the formation. Richardson asked to pass. He does, and he threw in the crowd, and once again he threw along Bubba Tree, the intended receiver, and that's got to be a disappointing result for Los Angeles.
I mean, I think what Sully may need to do is take a day off from arm day, right? Like, I mean, there's just a lot of strength going into these passes. It's like a bullet pass every single time. Maybe needs to work a little bit more on the finesse side of things here, Colin.
Maybe he does, but alas, Arizona will get the ball. Taking it to 31. This is where the Scorpions will begin possession. Up 20.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen good running so far here. I mean, 21 carries to DJ Moses. Let's see what they do.
2 receivers to the bottom. Jackson. She's been efficient in the pass game. We'll start off with a run here to Moses. Spins in the hole. Picks up 4 yards. It'll be seconds.
Yeah, I can really see this becoming the DJ Moses and Brad Jones show, right? Because, you know, obviously with them being up 24-7 on the road, you want to take long, methodical drives, make this defense tired.
2nd and 6. Again, they go to Jones. He's tackled behind by number 69, Spellman Lane, who limits the play to 0 yards.
And there's Selwyn Lane. I mean, a veteran in this league, always seems to just make the plays when he's called upon, right? And just makes another one right there.
Throw, Jackson has Punk, and Punk breaks away 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Arizona, and that's going to be the breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia, breakers and collectors. You never know whose autographed jersey you may hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. Chad, Punk was flying down the field.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, you know, you want to come out in this second half, right? I mean, your offense really didn't get much going on that first drive. You want your defense to set the tone, right? Maybe try to make them, you know, make Arizona make a mistake. Did not happen there. Punk, I mean, just burnt them like toast. It was just an easy touchdown for him.
And Jackson, she's thrown 3 touchdown passes in this ball game. And this one was by far the longest. Some 65 yards down the field to TJ Punk, who tallies another touchdown of his season, his 3rd. And the return by Los Angeles goes up to the 30. It's Bubba Tree on the tackle, on the return rather.
I mean, this is a team that is, like I, you know, talked before with LA's defense. I mean, they're 2nd in the SFL when it comes to pass defense, and giving up 190 a game. Ashley Jackson already at 222.
On 11 completions. That's the amazing thing about it. Just under 16 yards per completion. Speaking of completions, Richardson hits flash for a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, if there's an award for an offense that is really good at 5 yards and under, it's LA, right? They're really good at being able to get 5 yards in the passing game, but want to try to see them turn it up the field a little bit.
Only a couple plays that have gone really down the field. And one of them was by Nicholas, who got the carry there. Sets up a 3rd and 2.
Yep. I mean, let's see what they can do here. This is a big play, I feel like, in this early in this 3rd quarter.
But Jokers is the formation, single receiver to the bottom. Richardson gives up the middle, and Nicholas has the first down near the midfield stripe very easily.
Yeah, and just, you got to give credit to the offensive line right there, right? I mean, they really just created that hole right up the gut, and Nicholas was able to just find that hole easily and just get the first down and more.
Seeing the numbers for Nicholas. 10 carries, good solid average, has the 1 touchdown of 30 yards. Richardson back to throw. Oh, he gets sacked. It's sack time as D.D. Sachs came flying in, untouched to the quarterback.
I mean, just out of nowhere. I mean, D.D. Sachs looked like he was just unblocked. He was coming off that edge. Nobody takes account for D.D. Sachs. Easy sack there for him, knocking LA back 4 yards.
It's going to be 2nd and 14 now. for Los Angeles to go trips to the bottom of the formation. Richardson staring against the blitz. Throws on the post, and they pick it all up as Chris Lee hauls it in on the post.
There you go, right? I mean, we talked about it. Try to go up the field a little bit more. I mean, you're obviously going one-on-one against Ernest McCray. You get that inside leverage, and Chris Lee made a nice move there to get that first down.
We have a 1st and 10. Richardson up under the center, has a single back behind him. Draw play up the middle, trying to pop out of the other side of Naniquez, but only get him a yard. 2nd and 9. It's Renard Smith makes the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that draw play, you really got to rely on the offensive line to be able to take that, to hit their blocks. And right there, I mean, they did a little bit, but Arizona was able to break away from that and get the tackle.
Here's Richardson back to throw, fires, catch made, Chris Lee, first down, Los Angeles.
I mean, again, right there, right? Finding that inside leverage, that's exactly what he does. Look at that, it's the same play. It's the same route, right? And Ernest McCray just not being able to pick that up there. Chris Lee looked like he's going to go deep. He cuts it back on the inside, gets that inside leverage. Easy pitch and catch between Richardson and Lee.
There was some hand fighting there down the field, but it was within the legal areas.
All good, Colin. All good.
You're right, my friend. As Los Angeles will send Flash in motion. It's the lineup in the standard split backfield. Richardson throws it out to Naniquez, and Naniquez on the edge, and Sean Moore unable to run him out of bounds. Somebody else had to do it, but Los Angeles has a big play through the air.
I mean, at least on this drive right here, it looks like the LA offense all of a sudden is just woken up, right? Like, just making nice plays with Chris Lee down the field, and then doing another thing that I think they should be doing too is utilizing Naniquez in the passing game with his speed and everything else. That was just a nice screen play. Pressure was coming to Richardson. He was able to get it out in time. Naniquez gets a nice game.
Richardson is back to throw again. Fires. Post over the middle. Pryor down to the 2.
Yeah, and really that's Elsie Pryor's first catch, right? I mean, that's kind of a surprise there. But, again, finding those little slant routes, right? Like kind of like what I would call the London passing offense, right? And being able to just be able to secure that play right there, get a first down and goal. LA almost ready to strike here, Colin.
They're at the 2, 1st and goal, the deepest penetration they made thus far. Curtis, the fullback, in the eye. Richardson turns, gives, and Naniquez bounces off Wiseman, but unable to break free of the second defender. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it's very rare to break a tackle from Adam Wiseman. You don't see it very often. It's kind of like, the great white buffalo. And right there, Naniquez does it, but Arizona was there to clean it up.
Here's Flash in motion. No, that's Grabowski, number 85. I beg your pardon. Draw up the middle. Rutledge! Touchdown, Los Angeles!
And there it is right there. We haven't really seen much of Patrick Rugland right there, but he's the guy that you kind of look at as the quote-unquote power back because of his size, and just right there shows it off. Nice little draw play up the middle. Not easy to go up against Sean Moore and win that battle, but he does and gets the 6.
Gerald Hall is 2 hopped on, but alas, Rutledge. That's a significant milestone for that young man. It's his first touchdown in the majors. And that will put LA on the board here in the first half with 4:16 to go, 31-14 the score. And you're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN, we'll feature the SFL tonight through Sunday and the UFL on Monday and Wednesday. And the SFL's final week of the regular season kicking off on Friday. It's another non-stop week of non-stop action right here on the Virtual Football Network. Chad, plenty of exciting stuff happening around here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if there's a place where you just want to have constant football, you got to turn it into VFN, right? And I got to ask, Rochelle Colston where that music came from on the touchdown, because that was really some energetic stuff. I'm sure that's from her playlist.
The run up the middle, Moses will gain about 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Yep, and there's that running game as we talked about, just being effective all game long for Arizona.
Put them in situations like this where you don't necessarily have to rely on Jackson's arm. She'll give off to Jones, breaks the tackle, he gets the first down. He broke through the initial contact and he surged his way forward.
I mean, and as I said, that's what Brad Jones can give you, right? I mean, Moses is really the bell cow, right? 23 carries. Jones, that's his 8th carry of the night, but he could be effective when you give him an opportunity.
Moses is back there in the I formation. He gets the ball, and Moses up the middle will pick up another 6 yards. We want the SFL to reach more people. Do you? The best way you can do that is smash the like button. Leave a comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. You can help us reach all the people who need more football in their lives. Thank you for your support on the Virtual Football Network. As Jackson changes the play of the line of scrimmage. Go out I-wing jokers again, this time out to Jones, and this time Los Angeles is ready. It's Blackwell again on the stop.
Yep, and the rumor is, once again, if you smash that like button, I am sure that Eddie Gage will give you miles to get to the Baltimore Convention. So he's got at least 1.5 million miles on his card there, Colin.
Impressive. That's
Very impressive.
Out of the I-form wing jokers, and Moses gets the first down as he fights through the contact, and the total yardage gap continues to grow for Arizona.
Yeah, just Moses just showing off that strength right there, right? Getting hit, but able to roll over and get the first down.
2:14 and counting to go. Here's the get to Jones. Jones spins up the middle, and that's going to be a pickup of 7. And boy, this kid's feeling his oats as it's now 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting 6, 7 yards on first down, I mean, it's just tough to stop any offense, no matter what team it is here in the SFL, Colin.
Helpless feeling if you're on the defense. 2nd and 3, 3 tight ends in the game. Moses on the carry. Moses tackled a yard short of the sticks as Spearraw was able to bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, they're just wearing this defense down, right? This front seven's getting work tonight, and the offense not staying on the field a lot of times hasn't helped them. But right now, Arizona's just wearing it down.
And it gets to Jones. He got stuck behind a lineman. I tell you, the unsung hero was the defensive lineman, Nassau, Lane was able to bring him down. Bureau from behind as well. Los Angeles gets the stop they desperately needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and look at this, Colin, going for it on 4th down when you're up big. That is what Eddie Gage does, stepping on the throat of the opponent.
They mash go on the accelerator. It's worked for them once before. Will it work again? It will. First down. Moses is able to tiptoe around the offensive line and find a hole for the first.
I mean, look, I love aggressive football. So props to Arizona here. I mean, you're up 31-14. A lot of people may look at that as, maybe that's not the best thing to do, but you got to keep that drive going. Wear this defense down.
Jones up the middle will pick up another 6 yards. I don't think Arizona has passed yet, Chad, but if you gain yards like that on first down, it's easy to see why.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I mean, why throw the ball in this situation? Just run it. I mean, you're up big right now. You get ready to hit the end of the 3rd quarter. You don't need to throw, right?
Moses up the middle. Oh, nice hurdle, and he picks up the first down.
Yep, and
go ahead, Jed.
And again, I mean, just right there. I mean, why throw and make a possible mistake and give LA some sort of momentum? Keep running that football. Let's get to the 4th quarter.
31-14 our score. As we reach the 4th quarter, I'm Colin Northrop, Chad Rowland. It's my broadcast partner for this week. Michaela Forker and Zach Holdorf are statisticians, Cameron Irvine. Executive producer and league commissioner holding down the fort. We have a First down, Arizona will run the ball again, and it will be a pickup of 2. Score update from Florida. The Storm are in front of the Indianapolis Ramblers 28-0 with 23 seconds to go in the first half. So the Storm, trying to salvage a playoff bid, have jumped all over the Ramblers early. As Moses will turn ahead to set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams tonight, when you're looking at Arizona and Florida, I mean, they're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Really, a win in this game for Arizona actually doesn't help them because their strength of victory will actually go down, I believe. And so, you know, but next week, that game against Mexico City, that might ramp it up if they get a win there.
Well, yeah, and that's huge for the South Division as well, because Mexico City beat Albuquerque earlier in the block.
Yeah, that's right.
So Tex-Mex plus Louisiana is getting a little chaotic as Jones will pick up the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you can see it right here. I mean, these LA fans they're just heartbroken right now. It's been a tough season.
Yeah, this long losing streak. I know Coach Richardson told you that they're trying to turn the page and what has been this era, and they
Yep.
just continue to fight and continue to grind. We've seen it from both sides of the ball. As Moses picks up another 4 yards to his total.
And they have some pieces, Colin, right? And I'll dive into a little bit more of that after this play.
It's a 2nd and 6. It's Jones up the middle. And tackle down to set up at 3rd and 4.
Yep, and just keep running the football if you're Arizona. But I mean, LA in this situation, I mean, this era has been going on for quite some time. And, you know, Sully Richardson and I talked a little bit before the game, and he talked about flipping the page, starting a new era. And I love to hear that out of LA.
And the draw, they get us stopped. Ezzy Blackwell. There's one of those pieces you talked about, Chad. She's been all over the place. And Cliff Allen will be on for his 2nd field goal attempt of the evening. This one from 32.
Yeah, 32-yard attempt here for Cliff Allen. This should be an easy kick here for the veteran.
Allen boots it through. It's now 34-14 is the score. As Arizona tacks on another field goal.
Yep, and as we talked about, I mean, you know, LA is a team that just needs to turn the page, right? And really, hopefully, you know, with them listening, like, I would love to maybe see some sort of roster turnover. They've really kept the same roster for quite some time, and you know, maybe this end of a new era means bringing in some different people, bringing in some different talent. We'll see exactly how that plays out for them, but right now, we'd love to see them end this game on a good drive and a good touchdown, and end the rest of the season with maybe a win or two as well.
2-9 record they have currently. Throw it on the middle. Jack Flash. He catches that one, and that's good for a first down.
Yep, and Jack Flash, I mean, you know, this is a guy that, as we talked about, he's a veteran and just able to just pick that route beautifully, go down the field. Just a nice, simple route, nothing to it, but able to make the catch. Good throw there by Sully.
We tick under 7 to go. Want to remind you, week 14 of SFL season 24 continues Sunday, headlined by a battle of 2 top teams in the SFL, the 6-4 Sin City Samurai and Chad here, 6-4 Carolina Skyhawks at 9 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Charleston, Nashville, Chicago, Queen City, Oklahoma City, Denver, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. All here on the Virtual Football Network as Constantine gets another sack for Arizona.
Yeah, I know that all the Skyhawk faithful are waiting for that game tomorrow night. Should be a great one against Sin City.
Carolina in good position in their division to make the playoffs. The pass was incomplete to Ganiquez. They'll set up a 3rd and 14.
Yep, division champions there, Colin. That's what we are this season, division champs. So we're very excited, and like I said, we're not done yet, though. We still got some games to win and get better position.
Yeah, and Samurai have been a tough customer for everybody involved.
Yep.
As Pryor makes a nice catch, but it's 2 yards short of the sticks for Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was actually funny last night really, I actually met and talked with former Sin City owner Christian Alacio, and would have been interesting if we were still, if he was part of this team still and being able to match up against him. But it is what it is. But Sin City has done a terrific job this season so far with everything that they've done.
Speaking from experience, anytime you have an ownership transition of any kind, it can be a little difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm like you, Chad. I give kudos to that organization for just keeping many pieces together with the rebrand and the relocation out west. And they've still been a very competitive team as Arizona takes over first and 10.
Yeah, I mean, look at you guys and going to Washington. Tremendous props.
Yeah, I give kudos to the guys over there, Thump, Drew, and Albert. They put in the work, and it's just been tremendous. The work really started last year when we were in Motor City, although the record didn't reflect it. We were much more competitive than the year before they got there, as it's turned too late on the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like absolutely that in my time in the SFL, I believe that move from Motor City to Washington, the transition and what you guys have done this season is probably one of the best transitions I've seen in my time in the SFL.
Appreciate that, my friend. Jackson under center will get the Bismarck right. They say got the first down, but ooh, it looked really close, Chad.
Yeah, very close right there. I mean, that's Bismarck's actual first carry of the game, and very interesting that he hasn't really gotten much love here. But this is a guy that can make some plays. I believe he's been in the league for a couple seasons now, and in 3 seasons, he was the offensive rookie of the year back in 22. So, it's a guy that can make plays for you.
Yeah, he's been more of an escort tonight, but has the versatility as you saw there with that carry. Moses up the middle will gain 4 yards, 2nd and 6. As we take a look to the future, Chad, of course, Arizona has the big game with Mexico City coming up. And Los Angeles, they have a bye to end the season.
Yeah.
As you get a look at DJ Moses there, 122 yards, most since March 22nd of last year.
Wow, that's crazy to think about.
In a game. As we now take under 4 minutes to go. Play clock at 5. Get away with a few seconds remaining. Jones up the middle. And he gets the first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him a generous spot there on that run, I believe. But, I mean, this game's kind of out of reach right now. But, yeah, when we talk about the future, I mean, LA is going to end, but it looks like on a 2-10 record. And, it's been a disappointing season. But as we've alluded to, the end of an era is coming, right? They've been kind of previewing this a little bit for a time being. And hoping it'll make a big. But Arizona, I mean, 5 and 6, going into next week, and that's a big time matchup at home, luckily for them, against Mexico City. That should be a really good game.
Fatality Field is a tough place to play when you're a visiting team. Trust me. We went in there on week 2 and we beat them, but Chad, it wasn't easy.
No, it's never easy to win a Fatality Field. I mean, I know that firsthand as well, Colin, and so it's going to be a tough matchup for Mexico City, but I'm telling you, I mean, Mexico City is one of the best teams in the SFL for a reason.
For Los Angeles, they haven't had a winning season since season 17 when they went 7-5.
Yep.
Since then, the best record they got was season 23 when they went 5-7. So they'll finish 2-10. It looks like there's still some time left. As Jackson turns, gives to Jones. It's 3rd and 4. Nice gang tackling there by Spellman, Lane and company.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, I mean, this team, back in 22, they finished 2-10. they've made a big improvement, right? They started 0-3 last season, but jumping up and getting to be 5-7, they've really strung out some good wins. Started to look like they were going to turn the corner, maybe be a 6-6, possibly even a 7-5 team. But once again, just some struggles and right back down to 2-10 again.
Reached the 2-minute warning. We're watching the SFL here on the Virtual Football Network. Colin Northrop, Chad Rowland, Mikhail Forker, Zach Holder for statisticians. Jackson and this Scorpion team just continue to grind away with this rushing attack. Moses gets the first down as Los Angeles calls timeout number 1.
Yeah, and looking at the stats right now, Colin, I mean, if Ashley Jackson finishes with no more passes, which I assume she's not, she's going to have a perfect quarterback rating of 158.3. That's a very impressive game from Ashley Jackson today.
Jackson changes to play the line of scrimmage. This is going to be play number 71 for Arizona. This Los Angeles defense, they've been fighting, but they've been on the field a long time, like you said earlier, yep. Chad.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it's just, you know, when you got 71 plays to 42, you're tired, right? I mean, I'm tired watching it, right? Like, I feel for these guys. I mean, they got to be just drained defensively because, as we mentioned, I mean, their offense has not stayed on the field enough to help them out.
Yeah, you and I both know there's particularly those big defensive linemen up front. You
yep.
know, they're just a little bit bigger than the rest of us. So, you know, those are the first guys to get extremely tired in a situation like this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And especially when you're just, you know, I mean, this second half has just been running the football, right? We talked about it. It's going to be the Moses and Jones show. And that's exactly what's happened here, as, you know, another run again.
Moses, ooh, he gets close to the first down, but they're going to call it 4th and 1.
And that should bring up the field goal unit.
And you see the disappointed look on the fans there. They toughed it out with this team. And, you know, it's just been another tough day at the office for this team.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, here we go with Cliff Allen, 47-yard attempt here. But, yeah, it's just, as we've already talked about, we won't harp on it more, but it's been a disappointing season for them. But, you know, if there's anybody that I trust when it comes to being able to just say, okay, it's an end of an era, let's turn some things around, it's going to be Sully Richardson. You know, I believe what he's going to try to do, and I don't know any details, obviously, but, you know, this is a guy that's always been pretty determined, and I feel like he's going to hopefully do a pretty good job of trying to turn that roster around and maybe turn around this franchise.
Cliff Allen makes, I think that was his 3rd or 4th field goal of the game. Kickoff goes down the end zone. LA has 67 seconds to work with, and they still have one timeout in their back pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I would love to see if maybe they try to go a little aggressive here and try to get a touchdown. Let's see if they do here, Colin.
2-by-2 with 4 wide. That's Grabowski in motion. Back to throw. Down the field, it's going to be intercepted. Running back the other way for Arizona. It's number 34 there, and he goes down. That's
Terrell Davis.
And Davis gets in on the party. A guy that's been around the block for a while, 12 years, his 3rd year with the team. He collects an interception off of Richardson.
Yeah, as we talked about, I mean, and Terrell Davis is somebody that really doesn't ever get talked about, right? You know, I mean, 12 seasons in this league. Believe he was in Sioux Falls, if I remember right, back in those days, and you know, just unbelievable as this defensive secondary is just that good. It's really odd that they are going to be 5-6 going into week 15.
And Arizona just will kneel down this football. Time continues to tick off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, and And that's what we thought, right? I mean, that last play there for LA just kind of sums up exactly how this season's been, right? Just another interception. Sully Richardson, 13 to 23, 140 yards, 3 picks in today's game, and it just hasn't been easy for this offense.
One more kneel down should salt things away. Arizona gets a big win on the road against Los Angeles as they push toward a possible playoff berth with the Mexico City Aztecs coming to their place to end the regular season. And
yeah, I mean, that's going to be a heck of a game, Colin, as we talked about.
there's the gun. 37-14 your final. Arizona over Los Angeles. And Chad, as we reflect back on who we think the play of the game is going to be, I'm curious your thoughts.
I mean, obviously, when you look at this, it's probably going to end up going to Ashley Jackson, right? I mean, 11-14, 222 yards, 3 TDs, perfect QBR rating. You can't beat that, right? But, I mean, really, DJ Moses, 39 carries, 142 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he was just a monster today. And I'm looking at the chat here with Eddie Gage. I mean, the offensive line as well. No sacks, opening up the holes all day long for this running game. You could give it to either one of them 3, but I would probably have to lean towards Ashley Jackson.
They call the offensive line the Red Sea. Eddie Gage with the $10 super chat. Thank you for supporting the cause. Colin Nordrup, Chad Rowland, for our statisticians, Michaela Forker and Zach Holdart, and our executive producer, Cameron Irvine. Thank you and good night.